So you want to make mead. You want to become a mead maker, but you don't know how to start. Well, this is the video for you. Mead making can be a daunting and scary undertaking before you even start. But I promise you, it is so easy. There's a saying in beer, if you can boil water, you can make beer. And that is also true for mead. Mead making is literally mixing honey and water, adding some nutrients, pitching some yeast.
That's easy!
Now to get started, step one is what you would imagine, gathering your equipment. The easiest way to do this is to buy an equipment kit. There are two that I recommend. A 1-gallon mead making kit from Home Brew Ohio and a 5-gallon home brewing kit from More Beer. Both of these kits contain everything you need to make mead. The Home Brew Ohio one is for 1-gallon batches and it's tailored specifically towards mead. But the 5-gallon home brewing kit from More Beer, it's for home brewing in general. Buy that kit and you'll be able to make anything you want. Mead, beer, cider, wine, anything. Well, you can make anything you want with the mead making kit from Home Brew Ohio too. But at 1 gallon and 5 gallons. And I guess for a beginner, a 1-gallon kit is probably the way you want to go. So hop on over to Home Brew Ohio or More Beer and pick up one of those kits. Now you can, if you'd like, head on over to Amazon and buy all that equipment separately, and you may save a few bucks that way. But it can be there's a lot of little moving parts. You might miss something, but I'll put a list of everything you need to start making mead in the description below from Amazon. You might save a few bucks that way, you may not. It's whatever you would prefer. Okay, so you have all of your equipment and you're ready to start. But which mead do you want to make first? I recommend two for a beginner, a hydromel and Joe's Ancient Orange Mead. Now a hydromel has a lot in common with beer. You drink it by the pint, it's lower alcohol, it's fizzy, and it's chilled. Now Joe's Ancient Orange Mead is a love it or hate it kind of thing. A lot of people love Joe's, like I do. A lot of people hate Joe's. Joe's Ancient Orange Mead uses some really weird practices. It uses raisins for nutrients. You don't rack it. It's a really odd recipe with some strange practices. Now a lot of people don't like that recipe because of those strange practices. But I think it's a very, very good introductory recipe for the beginner mead maker. Now the most important part of both of these two recipes, the hydromel or the Joe's Ancient Orange Mead, is they'll give you an introduction to the basics of home brewing. They'll teach you about fermenting, pitching yeast, racking, bottling, all kinds of little nuances and practices that will very quickly become second nature. And from there, you can take your mead making in any direction you like. If you love the hydromel, you can explore the world of hydromels. If you love Joe's, you can explore the world of Joe's. Or you can find your own style. If you like fruity meads, you can explore fruity meads. If you like spicy meads, you can explore spicy meads. If you like traditionals, just plain honey, water, and nutrients, explore the world of traditionals. The world is your oyster in mead making, and you can make anything you want. The diversity of mead is unbelievable. Mead comes in all shapes and forms you can imagine. There's sweet mead, there's dry mead, there's fizzy mead, there's still mead, there's fruity mead, there's spicy mead, there's traditional mead, there's apple mead. It's unbelievable just how many different styles and flavors of mead there are, and you can make all of them. Now there are a lot of resources for the beginner mead maker out there. There's a lot of people out there willing to help you make mead. Take advantage of all those resources. Join a community. Join one of the many homebrewing discords. Join one of the many Facebook groups. Check it out on Twitter. And there are also many mead making YouTube channels like myself. I'll put a link to many of those resources in the description below. Pick and choose and see what you like. Now let me recommend a few mead making channels to you. Now these are in no particular order, just the first ones that pop into my head. Now even though I mentioned this channel but I don't mention that channel, it doesn't mean that I love this one. Really, dude? So anyway, YouTube channels that I love. Now once again, in no particular order, just the first ones that pop into my head. City Steading Brews, or CS Mead and More. They change their name on occasion. I'm not really sure what they are right now. But CS Brews, City Steading Brews, CS Mead, I've been watching them for a long time. They're probably one of the first YouTube channels that I've watched. They're big and their videos are awesome and fun. They have some good advice there. Now, CS Mead has a little bit of a bad name in some communities. Some people say that they don't teach the best practices for mead. They're anti-stabilizers. They've done a lot of experiments with raisins. But we're not all here to make perfectly scienced mead, you know. Some of us just want to make good mead. You don't really care about all these crazy chemicals and the perfect adjuncts and the perfect formulation for nutrients. Some of us just want to make good mead. And that's what CS Mead and More is all about. They don't want to make good mead, and they make it the easy way, and they bring it to everybody.
If you always wanted to make mead but thought it was just far too intimidating, you need far too much stuff, it's just far too complicated, well, guess what? We're going to break that myth right now and show you a really easy way to make your very first.
And I love them for that. Their videos are fun, their content is awesome, and they make good mead. If you make mead the way they tell you to make mead, you wouldn't be too wrong. Another one of the best YouTube channels is Mead with Eric and Derek. These two guys are funny, they're amazing, they're awesome. Another two of my favorites almost go hand in hand, Doing the Most and Meadmaking Mead. Both of these guys make awesome mead. They teach really good practices. Their content is also fun and wonderful. Go check them out too. And a few more channels that you might appreciate. Hanging with Hodge. Oh my gosh, I love Hodge. Some of his videos have like a pirate theme to them that I like. And he does his little poems and ditties in his videos.
There once was a man who made mead, and all of his friends have agreed. Though his libations are great, there is no debate. 2 glasses, inebriation guaranteed.
Go check him out, he's great. Faywood Mead. Faywood Mead, her channel is so cute. It's all purple and fairies, and she does a lot of fruity meads like myself. Fruit mead is my thing. So if you like cutesy and fun channels, go check her out. She is also incredible. Arrow to the Mead. Arrow to the Mead is a newcomer to the mead content scene. He's been doing this experiment, can you overpitch yeast? Where he made several batches. He poured the regular yeast into one, he poured 10 times the yeast in the other, and he poured an entire block of yeast in the third one.
I'm gonna be starting up an experiment to try and find out if it's possible to ruin your homebrew by pitching too much yeast.
If you'd like to see how that worked out, go check his channel out. There's also Method to the Meadness, DIY Fermentation, Sam Making Mead. There's a lot of home brewing channels out there. So if you're looking videos to help you along, go check them out. I'll put all kinds of links in the description to all kinds of channels. If you're into Discord, we also have mead making Discords. We just started ours, so we're really small, but check us out. Doing the Most of Man-Made Mead also have Discord servers. And there's Facebook groups, and resources are abundant for mead. Find some, use them, and become the best mead maker you can be.